Okay, decided to film a little video here on top of Rattlesnake Hill. And the reason for that is I haven't been up here since I got my new camera. My new camera has about 3 times the megapixels, about 4 times the zoom, probably 10 times the optical or digital zoom, and probably 16 times the memory. So figured I'd come up here, and this used to be one of my favorite hikes when I lived here in Reno. Took me 16 minutes to get up here. Can't quite see the parking area, but it is down there. And I'm not in the best of shape. Probably still carrying about 30 extra pounds, but you can still hike this relatively easily. I think it might be almost a mile each way with maybe 400 feet of elevation gain. So it's not bad. On top of here, there's a little tower with a light so planes don't hit it because the airport's like directly behind me. That area down below here is Huffaker Hills. There's a lot of like jogging, dog trails, stuff like that. The trail actually ends at the top of that little hill. And the view there is pretty good too, and it's even an easier hike than Rattlesnake. And beyond that is South Reno. Looking towards that way is Carson Valley on the other side, or actually Washoe Valley, and then Carson Valley is further down than that even. And here in the distance we have Mount Scott, and the radio tower's up there. Mount Scott is pretty flat on top. It's like a table mountain. So that, on the other side of that would be Dayton and Carson and all that. So that's roughly where we're at. Over here we have Hot Springs Hill, or Hot Springs High Point. It's actually that little peak there. And over here we have the G, which I hiked to in a thunderstorm one time. That was fun. Off in the distance there, I know this peak now is called Snow Valley Peak. And here we have Slide Mountain, which I've been to the summit of probably 20 or 30 times. It's a 9,800 foot mountain with a ski area on top. And over here we have Mount Rose, which is the second highest mountain in the Tahoe Basin at 10,776 feet. And that is Church Peak, a little sub-peak of Mount Rose. And that is Snowflower Peak. And that's the last of the Tahoe tenors that I have to do. I was gonna do it today, but I don't know, I just didn't feel up to it. And here we have Reno, Nevada, and a bunch of the casinos. There's the Atlantis Casino, and the Pepper Mill, and all the downtown casinos, Circus. I don't even know them all. I didn't spend a lot of time downtown in Reno. And then there's Peavine Peak, which is, I believe it's like 8,000 and something feet. So it's a good sized mountain. And that is the Grand Sierra Resort, the GSR. And over here is the Nugget Casino. And Sparks, you can see Tule Peak off in the distance. On the other side of that is Pyramid Lake. And looking out toward that direction is Fernley, Nevada, on the other side of those mountains, about 30 miles away. walk over here and get kind of the eastern portion of the town. Because you get one of my other favorite hiking areas, which is Hidden Valley. So there's two kind of little peaks in front of us. I used to hike those every once in a while, hills. And then in the far background, this is Hidden Valley. There's tons of hiking trails and stuff. Kind of little mountains on both sides. You got Peak 5945 and 6075. Oh, there was a little brush fire that burned over in this part of town by Sparks. It was a sizable little fire because it actually goes over the ridge onto the other side too. So it burned a pretty good portion of the town. But yep, there's Reno, Nevada. Might as well zoom in on this because it's kind of funny. There's the downtown casinos again, and there's the N for Nevada, UNR. So maybe I'll try and get a picture of that. Start zooming back over. Off in this direction, west, is Sacramento and eventually San Francisco. So there you have it. A little tour of Reno for those that care. Signing off.